Hi Yogi, welcome to this postnatal yoga class. My name is Jule and I am a mother of two beautiful daughters, the last one being born just 9 months ago, so I know exactly how frustrating it can be to feel that your body is so totally different after birth. Everything feels loosey-goosey, apart from your breasts. They can be hard as stone. At least mine were. I also had a diastasis recti. That's when there's a vertical gap between your abdominal muscles after pregnancy, and you need to be extra careful. So let's gently rebuild your strength and close that gap if you have it. And maybe in 4 weeks, you'll be able to get back on a trampoline, if you know what I mean. Before you start with this training, please get your doctor's okay that you're ready to start training again after birth. You should wait at least 6 to 8 weeks, but with a C-section it usually takes a bit longer. Also, make sure you already have done some basic pelvic floor training with your midwife before starting today's session. There's 3 rules for today's training that I want you to bear in mind. First, always listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right or if there's pain, back off. So that means be patient with yourself. Second rule, keep your core activated at any time. I will remind you throughout the practice. You can engage your core by making a hissing sound. Put your hands on your belly. Do you feel that? That's your core engaging. Rule number 3, try to establish a daily practice, even if it's just 5 minutes of gentle core or pelvis activation exercises. Consistency is key in postnatal training. With that in mind, come to the top of your mat in standing. Feet hip distance apart, parallel, and spread your toes. Activate your legs, activate your core, and bring your pelvis into a neutral position. Lengthen the spine, take your shoulders back, and connect to your oceanic breath or Ujjayi breath with a slight constriction in the back of your throat. Now take your hands at heart center and repeat after me. I am healing. I am strengthening. My body is a miracle. Take a deep inhale and raise your arms for mountain pose. Exhale, cactus your arms and take a slight back bend. Inhale, back to mountain pose. And exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees if that feels good. Let your head hang heavy. Try nodding some yeses and nos. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine, take your shoulders back. And exhale, come into a modified plank with your knees to the ground. If you're already in week 3 of your postnatal training, I recommend trying a full plank. Hold for 1 inhale. Now exhale, slowly lower down to the ground. Inhale, low cobra, zip your legs and feet together and lift your chest up off the ground, your hands hovering underneath your shoulders. Exhale, release, and press up into tabletop. Hips above your knees, shoulders are in line with your wrists. Now come into downward facing dog. And if it's the first down dog of your day, walk your dog. So bend one knee and then the other. Take a deep breath in and exhale through your mouth. Again, deep breath in and exhale, come to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift again. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, back to mountain pose. Exhale, cactus your arms with a slight back bend. Inhale, arms up, mountain pose. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, modified or full plank. Take one inhale in your plank and exhale as you lower down to the mat slowly. Inhale, come into low cobra. Exhale, release. Press up into tabletop. Take a deep breath in and exhale, downward facing dog. And find a movement that feels good for you today here in this down dog. On your next exhale, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Sit back into chair pose. So activate your legs, activate your core, feel the heat and hold. Sink a little deeper. Sink yet a little deeper. I know it burns. For an open arm twist, rotate your upper body to the right and open your arms. If your neck is happy, gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, back to chair pose. And exhale, open arm twist to the left. Inhale, back to chair. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, modified or full plank. Stay here for one inhale. And exhale, lower all the way down to your mat. For low cobra. Again, zip your legs and feet together. Chest lifts up, hands hover. And exhale, release. Come into tabletop. And press back into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale. On your next inhale, lift your right leg towards the sky. And exhale, right leg comes to the front, left heel goes down for warrior one. Hips straight towards the front of your mat. Arms reaching up, shoulders down. On your next exhale, open your hips to the left, find warrior two. Keep your shoulders away from your ears and let's check the core. Take your hands to your belly and make a hissing sound to make sure everything is engaged. Great. For peaceful warrior, flip your front palm and slowly tilt back. Feel your right side lengthening. And exhale, tilt forward for extended side angle. Right elbow on your right thigh for support. If you're in week 3, try taking a full extended side angle with both arms straight. Breathe and really open your shoulders, don't cave forward. On your next inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, hands to the mat, find downward facing dog. Paddle out your legs. Inhale, left foot reaches towards the sky. Exhale, left leg to the front, right heel into the mat. Find warrior one with your hips square to the front of your mat. And breathe. And on your next exhale, slowly open up into warrior two. Legs are strong, arms are reaching to the front and the back. Make sure your core is engaged. Make that hissing sound. Hold. Your whole body is strengthening right now. This is the work. On your next inhale, flip your front palm and tilt back for peaceful warrior. Lengthen your left side. Gaze up towards the ceiling. And exhale, tilt forward into extended side angle with your left elbow on your left thigh for support if you're in week 1 or 2 of your postpartum training. If you're already in week 3 or 4, straighten out your arms and try to hold yourself only with your core. Keep your chest and shoulders open. On your next inhale, come back up into Warrior 2. Exhale, hands to the mat. Come to Downward Facing Dog. Inhale, look up, bend your knees. Exhale, come to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hang heavy. Inhale, arms up, chair pose. Activate your legs. Your core is activated as well. Sit a little deeper. Lengthen the spine, shoulders down. Let's flow. One breath, one movement. Take one deep inhale and exhale. Open arm twist to the right. Inhale back to chair. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Inhale back to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, modified or full plank. Take one inhale here. Exhale, lower down to the floor. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, warrior 1. Take one deep inhale here and exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, tilt back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle with your modification. Inhale, back to warrior 2. Exhale, hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches towards the sky. Exhale, left leg between your hands, warrior 1. Inhale. Exhale, open up into warrior 2. Inhale, tilt back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle with your modification. Inhale, back into warrior 2. Exhale, hands to the mat, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. On your next exhale, come to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up for mountain pose. Well done. Now let's work on your core a little more. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, find tabletop. Knees under your hips. Wrists under your shoulders in a 90-degree angle. Now we're going to do stomach vacuums, which are really good for stitching up your diastasis recti, or even just training your diaphragm. Take a deep breath in and let your belly puff out underneath you. Then exhale every last bit of air and pull your navel towards the spine as much as you can. Then hold your breath and engage your muscles, your diaphragm, as if you were sucking in air without actually breathing in. Hollow out underneath your rib cage. And then inhale, let go. Whew, that is hard, right? Let's do 3 more. So inhale, belly puffs out. And deep exhale, pull your navel towards your spine. Then create that suction and hold. Inhale, release. Now breathe normally. For number 2, inhale. And exhale, pull your belly towards the spine. Hold, create that suction. 3, 2, 1. Release. One last stomach vacuum. Belly puffs out, breathe in. Exhale, navel goes towards your spine as much as possible. Hold, create that suction, hollow out. 3, 2, 1. Release. This is so good for your transversus abdominis. It's the corset of muscles that keeps everything in place and that stitches together this diastasis recti, if you have it. Now I want you to extend your right leg towards the end of your mat and drive back through your heel. Engage your core and lift your leg up off the mat. Find your balance and then lift your left arm towards the front of your mat. Create one straight line from your fingertips to your heel. Core is engaged, but don't forget to breathe. If you're in week 3 or 4, you can try to make contact between your knee and your elbow without touching the mat. If you've just started this prenatal training, then just hold the position. Exhale, release the pose, switching sides. Left leg comes to the back of your mat, drive down through your heel. Engage your core, make that hissing sound. And when you're ready, lift your leg up, followed by your right arm. Create one straight line from fingertips to heel and breathe. Core is activated, everything is engaged. And for those further on in their training, tap your knee to your elbow without touching the mat. Hold and breathe. Then release. Come back to tabletop and lower down into extended child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touching. And take 3 deep breaths into your hips. If you're ready, take your modified or full plank. Lower down on your forearms. Hold for 1 deep breath. And for a side plank, open to the right side. Rotate your forearm in at a 90 degrees angle. And stay lifted as your right arm reaches towards the sky. We will hold this position for 30 seconds. So if you've just begun your postnatal training, take the modified side plank with your left knee down. Just make sure you have one straight line from your elbow through your hips to your heels. Really open up your shoulders. Don't cave forward. Press your hip and pelvis towards the front. And that's it. 30 seconds done. Now let's switch sides. Come to your forearm plank and then open up to the left side. Rotating your right elbow in. Lifting everything up for 30 seconds. You can move your arm up or down in front of your body to kind of distract yourself. Everything is engaged. This is so good for your core. This is really working your deep muscles. You almost got it. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. You're doing amazing. Now come into downward facing dog. For gorilla pose, walk your feet towards your hands. Step onto your hands until your toes reach your wrists, and then shift your weight to all sides and really give your hands a nice little massage after all the weight that they have carried in this practice so far. Make it feel good. Squeeze your muscles, your tendons, wriggle your toes. Then release and shake out your hands. Let your head and arms hang heavy and then slowly, vertebra by vertebra, roll up into standing. Take your hands at heart center. Take a deep breath in and exhale through your mouth. Again, deep breath in and exhale, ground down through your feet. Grow your roots into the earth as we begin with our balancing exercises. If you are at the beginning of your postnatal training, make sure you have a chair or a wall close to you, just in case you need to hold on to something. It's totally normal if our sense of balance feels a bit off after giving birth. That's because we still need to train our core. And that is exactly what we're going to do. For standing leg raise, lift your right knee, engage your core, and set your gaze on one unmoving spot. And once you feel stable, take your right hand to your right knee and rotate it to the outside. Your left hand goes to the left side. Gaze follows. Breathe and hold. Get back to center. Straighten out your leg. And very slowly kick back into airplane. Take your hands to your sides. Hips are straight towards the front of your mat. Set your gaze and keep your core engaged. Lower your back foot down to the mat, warrior 2. And from here, for triangle pose, straighten out your front leg. Reach forward with your left hand and then lower it down to your ankle, your shin, wherever it lands. Your right hand reaches up for the sky and you rotate open through your shoulders. If your neck is happy, gaze up. Take a deep breath in and out. On your next inhale, come back to warrior 2. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your back foot in for a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, mountain pose. Exhale, hands at heart center, ground down. Standing leg raise on your left side. Lift your left knee up. Core is engaged. Find your focus. And rotate your knee to the left side with your hand. Right hand goes to the right as well as your gaze. Now hold and slowly come back to center. Straighten out your left leg. Now kick back into airplane pose. Take your time. Slowly and gracefully. Neck is in line with your spine and imagine one straight line from the crown of your head to your heel. See if you can lift your back leg a little bit higher. Hold and breathe. Now gracefully lower your back foot down, open up into warrior 2. Everything is engaged, legs, arms, core. Now straighten your front leg for triangle pose. Reach forward and then slowly lower your right hand to your right ankle or your shin. Left hand goes up, gaze follows. Breathe and lean back as if you were leaning against a wall. On your next inhale, come back up to warrior two. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your back foot in for forward fold. Take a deep breath in, halfway lift, pull your shoulder blades together, lengthen, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, mountain pose. And exhale, hands at heart center. Now interlace your hands behind your lower back. Inhale, pull your hands down as you open your chest and shoulders without pushing the ribs too far to the front. On your next exhale, keep your hands interlaced and fold forward with your arms up. Let gravity do the work and feel your chest opening. This feels really good, especially when you're crooning, nursing, or carrying your child. Our shoulders and chest really need some special attention in this time. Slowly let go of your hands. Take another halfway lift. And then exhale. Find a seated position on your mat. Maybe you want to sit on a bolster or a pillow, or on your heels and knees. Just keep your back straight and lower your shoulders away from your ears. Now, ladies, it's time for our famous Kegel exercises. If you're not familiar with Kegel exercises, let me briefly explain. So, we are going to contract our pelvic floor. In order for you to feel those muscles, imagine you're urinating and try to hold mid-flow. That's the region we're aiming for. Are you ready? Then contract your pelvic floor now for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly let go. Take a few breaths here. Engage your muscles, pull them up and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. You're doing good. Nobody can see what we're doing here. Third time, engage and pull up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. Breathe and relax. Now one last time. Engage. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go. And lie down on your back for bridge pose. Pull your knees in. Feet are close towards your bum in hip distance. Now tuck your pelvis slightly to flatten out your lower back. And keep this engagement in the core muscles as you lift up your hips. Make sure your knees are not splaying open. Hold. If you want, you can shimmy your shoulders underneath and then press up even more. Now slowly lower back down. On your next inhale, come back up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. One last time. Inhale, up. And exhale, release to the ground. Our next exercise is perfect for stitching up this diastasis recti that you may have. It's called heel drops. So tuck your pelvis slightly, flatten out your lower back and lift your knees at a 90-degree angle. And as you exhale, drop one heel to the mat. Inhale, back up. Exhale, drop the other heel. Keep going and keep your core engaged. Also, no rib flaring. So as you do those heel drops, take your hands to your abs and make sure everything is nice and tight. If you feel like you need to take a break, please do so. And before you start again, always tuck your pelvis and engage your core. On your next exhale, take a short break. Collect your breath. Ground down. And when you're ready, let's come to our second set. Tuck your pelvis, engage your core, lift your legs, and then slowly lower one heel. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower the other heel. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower. Back up and lower. Up, down. Up and down. Up, down, and up. And now hug your knees in. Squeeze yourself into a tiny little ball. Then find happy baby. With your knees apart. With your hands grabbing your feet from the outside. Slowly rock side to side. Give your lower back a little massage. Or draw little circles. Whatever feels good. Now it's time you get to be the baby. If you're ready, release the pose. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let the knees fall open for a reclined butterfly. Maybe you want to take your arms up above your head. Or maybe they're just lying on the side. Breathe deeply. Feel your hips relaxing and grow heavy. Melt into the mat with each exhale. Let go of all the tension that is built up in your hips. Relax your inner thighs, but also your glutes and your jaw. Be fully present to what's happening inside your body. Stay here for 3 more deep breaths. Now slowly use your arms to help your knees back together and hug them in for a full wind pose. As we near the end of the practice, straighten out your legs for waterfall pose. Maybe you want to put a folded blanket or a pillow under your sacrum. Or maybe you want to do this exercise leaning against a wall. Wherever you are, enjoy this inversion. Enjoy as the blood rushes from your feet towards your heart, strengthening your circulation, relieving stress, energizing, rejuvenating even. come out of the pose, gently bend your knees and then straighten out one leg and then the other. Next pose is fish pose. So put your hands palms down under your sacrum. Shimmy your arms back and under. Activate your core. And then press your elbows and palms into the floor to lift your upper back off the mat. Stretch your neck backwards and put the crown of your head on the floor. Gaze back at the wall behind you and breathe. Feel this heart opening pose. Feel how it washes away your fatigue, the frustration and the stress. Breathe in clean, new, fresh air. And repeat that 2 more times. Out with the old, in with the new. Out with the old, in with the new. To come back out, press your elbows down to lift your head and gently place your spine down on the mat. Next up is supine twist. So lift your legs to a 90 degrees angle. Take your arms to the sides like a T and lower your knees to the right side. Gaze up or towards the left. Keep your shoulders down on the ground if possible. If they peel up slightly, that's no problem. Just try to breathe them back down as you're relaxing into the pose. Take a deep breath in and an even deeper breath out and feel how your breath massages your body. Now slowly come back to center and then switch sides. Lower your knees to the left. Gaze centered or to the right. Feel your body becoming heavier, melting with each exhale. Feel the twist in your spine. This twist is working like a sponge to your body, washing out the toxins, cleansing. Gently come back to center. Straighten out one leg and then the other for our last pose of today, Shavasana. Let your feet fall open, palms facing up, chin towards your chest. And if you want to, close your eyes. Feel the work that you have just done in your body. Feel the changes. Feel your breath as it travels in and out of your lungs. Try to feel your toes, the soles of your feet, your arches, and your heels. Can you feel a tingling sensation moving towards your ankles and shins, your knees, and your thighs? Let go of the tension. Relax. Relax your glutes, your hips. Relax your abs and your lower back. Feel that tingling sensation moving up along your spine. Focus on your chest, your shoulders, your fingertips and hands, your lower arms, elbows, and upper arms. Your whole torso is tingling now with energy. Can you feel it moving towards your neck and your head? Relax your jaw. Feel your tongue growing heavy, the muscles around your eyes and your forehead. Feel your body as a whole as it relaxes and melts with each exhale further down into the ground. Feel your body vibrating with energy, a healing, bright energy. This energy that strengthens you, that rejuvenates you. And this energy has always been there inside of you. Slowly begin to wriggle your fingers and toes. Move your ankles and wrists. Begin to turn your head from one side to the other. And then slowly turn your body to your left side. Bend your knees. Come into a fetal position. The position of new beginnings. And let this be a new beginning. The start of your healing journey. Of you becoming the best version of yourself. For your family, your friends, but also for yourself. Now slowly press into your hands and come back up into a seated position. Take your hands at heart center and breathe in for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and out for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 4, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you so much for joining me today. You can be so proud of yourself. Namaste.